Good morning, everyone. In this class, we are going to discuss about the overview of IoT, Internet of Things. Then, so what exactly this IoT is all about? So in a simple way, I can say, so IoT will connect the people with the devices. For example, let us say, so I am taking this session in my laptop, but I don't have any internet cable connection to my laptop. So what I have done here? So I have used my mobile. That means, so in my mobile, internet is activated with the help of mobile hotspot, with the help of Wi-Fi. Now I have taken the internet to my laptop, right? Similarly, from people to devices, device to people, the IoT systems will be established. So we'll see how exactly this mechanism is going to work in the IoT systems. So for instance, let us say how you are watching this particular video. You may be using a laptop or you may be using a phone or tab, right? Whatever it is, it means that internet connection is provided to your system. That means already you are using an IoT device. Then, so the evolution of IoT. So actually, the information technology revolution came with the first wave. So it came with the evolution of personal computers. When computers came into the reality, into the society, so a lot of changes have been done. And similarly, in the second wave, smartphones era started. So smartphones has changed the complete lifestyle of the human being, right? And then now we are in the third wave, third generation. And we are surrounded with the lot of electronic devices. So starting from the washing machine, it can be a micro oven, it can be a smart TV, it can be a smart AC, whatever it is. So majority of the places we can find these electronic devices. All are embedded with some IoT systems. In near future, so once the 5G comes into reality, then we can see the fourth wave, which can be referred as IoE. So it is nothing but Internet of everything. It can be your smartwatch, it can be wearables, it can be a smart glass, it can be a smart jacket. So majority of the places we can find the application of these IoT devices. Then, how exactly this IoT came into the picture? Then, so here in 1982, four students, they have done a small experimentation. So actually they thought of going to the canteen and to take the cool drinks, but they had an idea whether the cool drinks are available or not, whether the cool drinks temperature is cool or not. So just they wanted to know. So in this connection, what they have done is that they have kept a small sensor in this fridge box, Coke box, and sitting in the classroom itself, they could able to find out whether the cool drinks are available or not, what is the temperature inside the fridge box, all the things they could able to find. At that point of time, there was no question of that term of IoT. They don't have any idea about IoT, but they have done a small experimentation with a sensor and some receiver. Now this came to reality. Now majority of the smart retails and logistics and all the places, now we can find out the availability of the products. And not only that, we can identify the surrounding temperatures also. Then, so in this particular example, the data came from device to human. That means data store, let us say, with the help of sensors, whatever data it has collected, now it is coming to the human. Then take the other example here. So in 1989, a person has done a small experimentation with this bread toaster. So actually he wanted to get a high temperature, let us say hot food. So by the time he reaches to the home, he want to get that bread toaster in working condition. So what he has done is that, so sitting in the office, he has operated this particular bread toaster. Now that is at that point of time also, he had no idea about the IoT. That now it came to reality. Now majority of the smart home application, so we can control our AC sitting in the office. We can switch off and we can switch on the AC also. We can monitor. We can even see what is the temperature of AC, right? All these things. Okay? So here in 1999, so he's the father of the IoT, Kevin Astor. So he has given this term. He has coined the term of IoT. The Internet of Things is about empowering computers so that they can see, they can hear, they can smell the world for themselves. So what is the meaning of they can see? Now we are able to see the CC cameras. Let us say surveillance. Now all the CC cameras are connected to the cable-based internet connection to the data server. So it will capture the entire video footage and then it will be stored in the data server. It can be a private data server, it can be a public domain data server. Let it be. It can see. Now the CC camera is able to capture that. Then what is the meaning of here? Now our mobile phones, let us say, it is working on voice recognition. And we have a lot of application like Alexa, Google. So if you give commands through voice recognition, so it will do the operations also. It can hear, then it can smell. So sensors can smell the leakage of gas. Sensor can smell the flames coming into a building because of some fire problem, fire extinguishers or some sort of fire hazards, right? So all these things with the help of this smell sensor-based system, so we can identify the what is exactly happening in the environment. That's why he has given this definition, and he's given one more definition also. The Internet of Things has the potential to change the world, just as the internet did, so maybe even more so. So this is another statement given by the Kevin Austin, who was referred as father of the IoT. Then, so now we'll come to the basics, right? So definition. So what is the correct definition of IoT? IoT is the network of physical objects, means things, embedded with electronics, software, sensors, and network connectivity, which enables these objects to collect and exchange the data. So take the simple example of our smartphone. Our smartphone has some electronic devices. Maybe it has some microprocessor, microcontroller, it has some motherboard, it has some RAM. This is nothing but some electronic devices. It has some software. Maybe you are using Android OS, it can be iOS, it can be a BlackBerry, it can be a Windows operating system. It has some backend software and it has some sensors. Our smartphones will have a lot of sensors like temperature measurement sensor, light detection, adaptive brightness adjustment, right, accelerometer, gyroscope. We have a lot of sensors. Above all, we have the network connection. So once we have the network connection, now which enable these objects to collect the data as well as the exchange the data. Then what is the meaning of collecting the data? Let us say in our mobile phone, you have installed some weather app. Once you switch on the internet connection, your weather app will take the continuous information from the environment. Right now, what is the condition outside? It is bright, shiny condition or partly cloudy. Is there any chance of rain? That means it will collect the entire data that can be transferred. It can be exchanged, right? That is the meaning of the IoT. So in a simple way, IoT is a combination of physical objects, sensors, actuators, and controllers, and internet. Then what is the meaning of the sensors and actuators? For example, for our laptop or desktop, we have some IO devices, input and output devices. So maybe our keyboard or mouse is input device, maybe a printer, fax machine is nothing but the output. Similarly, in case of IoT embedded systems, the input is referred as a sensor and the output is referred as the actuator. So we'll see the meaning of these two in the next slides. Then, so when it comes to the system, an IoT system basically consisting of user interface, such as a smartphone app. For example, let us say in your app, you have installed some weather. You can identify what is the right now condition of weather. Let us say in your mobile phone, you have installed some Amazon or let us say Flipkart. So with that app, you can go for purchasing of the products. In your mobile phone, you have installed some bus tracking system, Red Bus, or it can be a train reservation system. That is nothing but the user interface. Now it has a hardware device. So of course, it will have the hardware. Then it will have a backend software, as I already explained. And above all, it will be connected through the connectivity of the system. So this is the basic layout of the IoT systems. Then, so we have a lot of applications of IoT. So in depth of each and every application, we'll see in the next class. So right now, so just see that where majority of the applications of IoT. So we can use this IoT application in our smart homes, like we can control our fan, AC, and bulbs, all other things. And smart variables like your smartwatch, which can detect the what is the blood pressure, right? What is the glucose monitoring system in a day, how many number of steps you have walked. All these things we can get from the variables. Smart city, traffic control system, e-waste management, solid waste management systems, we can do with the smart city. And smart grid, electrical substation, so fluctuations of power, right? Quality of power supply, power interruptions, all these things. And IIoT, which is called as industrial internet of things, industrial internet. So manufacturing of products, tracking of the products, what is the condition of the raw material right now, we can identify. And connected cars, with the help of GPS, we can get what is the location of the car. So inside the car will have a lot of sensors, right? All these things can be connected. And coming to the connected health, it can be telemedicine, it can be a data from the patient at the home, right? It can be smart agriculture and smart farming. It can be a smart supply chain like logistics to identify the tracking of the product, right? And then it can be a smart retail. It can be like that. We have more number of applications here. Then, so we'll see the basic mechanism, how exactly this IoT is working. As I already said, sensor is referred as the input and actuator is referred as the output. So let us say we have some IoT fire safety system in a building. How it is working, we'll see. So first we'll keep a sensor here. What is the function of the sensor? This sensor will identify what is the temperature. So temperature sensor detects the heat. This temperature will be given to the next control center, maybe a router or gateway, whatever. Then send signals, detect signal to the control center. From this control center, it will go to the next level with the help of this internet connectivity, or it can be through Bluetooth, it can be through Wi-Fi, right? Then control center sends command to the sprinkler. Now the switch will be on, and then after that, finally actuator output from this particular sprinkler, we will get the water that will puts off the fire. So sprinkler turns on and then puts off the flame. Right here, this particular sensor, right, this will detect the smoke. So whenever there is sudden fire accident in a building, so this smoke sensor will detect that temperature, and then that information will be given to the control center. From the control center, we'll get the command. With the help of that command, sprinklers will start working. So through the sprinkler, now water will be sprayed and put off the fire. So this is the IoT of a fire safety system in smart buildings. So we'll take another example, smart farming. So some of the students in final year may be doing some IoT projects in this also. So let us say, what is the function of this particular smart farming? So there is no need to supply the water manually. Automatically, we can supply the water whenever there is a necessity, right? So take this example, start with the sensor. We have a sensor here, which can detect what is the level of the water in the soil content, right? Soil moisture. Soil moisture sensor detects the unwanted water content. That means right now we have more quantity of water in the soil. That information will be given to the control center. Sends detected value signal to the control center. Then it will come to this one. Control center sends command to the water pump. Now water pump switched off and how to deliver the water. Now water will not be supplied to the agriculture fields. Then, so let us say if the level of the water content, soil moisture content is decreased. So this sensor will send that. So the level of the water is low. By taking the signal to the control center, now the pump starts working. With the help of this pump, now the water is supplied to all the agriculture field. In case of it can be a small plant in our houses, so we can use the same system. So this is the basic mechanism, sensor to actuator, how this IoT is working. Then, so this IoT, in case of IoT, what is the meaning of a thing? Internet of Things. Things mean devices. So things can refer to a wide variety of devices, such as it can be automobile with built-in sensors, it can be a heart monitoring implants, it can be a biochip transponders on farm animals like GPS tags. So we'll take the first example, types of automotive sensors. So majority of the cars right now are equipped with a lot of sensors. For example, start with the rain sensor. So whenever there is sudden rain, so immediately the wiper starts working, right? Similarly, seat belt tension. So when you don't put the seat belt, it will give some alarm there. Right? Then similarly, passenger occupancy can be taken, fuel level indicators and wheel speed we can take from the dashboard, and then anti-theft sensors. When somebody wants to open your car when it was in lock condition, then it will give signals to your mobile phone. It will give some sound also. And similarly, radar sensor and GPS sensors, accelerometer speed, oxygen level inside the cabin. It can be water coolant temperature in the engine, oil sensor. So we have a lot of sensors here. What is the purpose of all these sensors? All these sensors will give information to the dashboard or infotainment system. We can identify if there is any problem. And not only that, this information can be given to the people, those who are connected with the mobile phone. Like in some of the movies, you might have watched a few cases whenever there is sudden accident, so that information in the form of a text can be given to the relatives, right? That is the meaning of this IoT system. Then heart monitoring implant is the other application here. So what is the purpose of this heart monitoring implant? So here the miniature heart rate monitor records the rhythm of the heart 24 hours a day. So it is a small implant. So 44 mm means 4 centimeters, very small object. So what they will do is that, so doctors, so the surgeons makes a 5 mm incision in the chest above the heart. They'll keep like this. Using a specially designed plunger, the device is inserted in the place just above the heart. Then this particular monitor, it will monitor, transmits to the portable base station like this. The heart data is then sent to the hospital. Then what is the purpose of this IoT in case of medical field, that is in this system? For let us suppose you have a patient in the home. Then whenever if there is any problem, immediately somebody has to make a call to the hospital, then wait for some time and you get the ambulance, then the patient will be moved to the hospital. In the hospital, once again doctor has to take a lot of data, and then he has to check what is the blood group, all other things. He has to go for some basic test, and then only he can be moved to the operation theater. But if you have an IoT system like this, so what is the advantage that patient data will be continuously monitored, and this information will be sent to the hospital. If they find any abnormal condition, immediately ambulance will be coming to the home. So patient can be taken into the ambulance. By the time the ambulance reaches to the hospital, each and everything is ready because already they know about patient data. So now the patient can be directly moved into the operation theater. So this is the best example of IoT, which can be a highly useful thing. Then, so even the cattle. So let your phone check your cattle. GPS tags, geo tags, we can identify. So GPS ear tags can track the location of the animals also. Then, the other best example of IoT in recent past is FASTag. So for the last 1 year, so all the toll plazas, so people are collecting the money, so only through FASTag. They are not taking the cash, right? How exactly it is working? So in case of a FASTag, so you can identify a RFID tag, RFID sticker, so radio frequency ID, RFID. So that will be pasted on the windshield of the car, right? So whenever the car goes to near to a toll plaza, immediately this gate will be closed. Then very near to that, there will be some receiver. That receiver will identify this FASTag. According to that, some amount will be deducted in our accounts, and then this gate will be opened. So this is the basic example of a FASTag working. How this mechanism is working. So start here. RFID tag attached to the asset, maybe a car like this, to transmit stored data to the antenna. Stored data means with the help of this FASTag, we can identify what is the RC number of the vehicle, type of the vehicle, car, bus, lorry, whatever it is. Then, so this antenna, it receives the stored data from the tag and transmit that data to the RFID reader. So this is the RFID reader. Then, so connected to the antenna wirelessly and receives data from the RFID tag. So this entire information now it goes to the database. Then computer database, data is transmitted into the RFID database where it can be stored and evaluated. So the information will be stored and evaluated. So what type of vehicle it is? Let us say we can go for giving the chalana for 50 rupees. That 50 rupees of amount can be deducted from our the accounts, right? So this is the basic mechanism of RFID, which is one of the examples of the IoT systems. So in the next class, we will see what are the components of IoT, how this IoT is working, and real-time applications of IoT. Okay, see you all. Thank you.